Ladies and gentlemen, as we come to the end of these stimulating conversations, I am most impressed and overwhelmed at the level of commitment displayed here today. I thank you for your active participation. We started since 2 o'clock and it's almost 7, and many of you excellencies are here. It shows the strength of your commitment and the sacrifices you are putting at the level of member states to make sure that the Africa we want is actually realized. I am most impressed and I thank you for your active participation and the fruitful solutions which we have exchanged during this meeting. If one thing is evident to us from today, it is that we can only achieve success in our recovery efforts by delivering together. This is a pandemic without borders. This is a pandemic without class. This is a pandemic that does not respect status quo, and its consequences follow suit. Coordinating our efforts as the African Union is the key step to achieving lasting results. Continuous engagement, knowledge sharing, and partnerships for solutions will serve to improve the lives of our African youth as we strive to build back economics, to build back better economies and societies. The resilient African spirit leads us to see our challenges as an opportunity to accelerate our ongoing efforts to elevate the lives and livelihoods of our young people. As the crisis continues, excellencies, until its logical end, as we respond as a continent, our priorities for our youth remain their access to quality education, gainful employment, good health and well-being, and meaningful engagement in society. All our efforts must be tributaries which lead us to these overarching goals. Excellencies, working with the ministers of education, the ministers of finance, the ministers of ICTs and science and technology in your different member states is very important for your strategic linkages. Our youth are African youth, and there is need to focus their mental, physical, and economic security to be guaranteed. We all have developed practical responses to reduce the risk of spreading COVID-19. But I must emphasize, implementation takes place at the country level. These decisions are taken by you, our distinguished and esteemed ministers. Indeed, the African youth is at the center of this pandemic, and your shared experiences and responses show you are very conscious that our way forward must be youth-centric. Excellencies, if we act right, nothing will stop us from achieving our goals. We need to have a change of mentality, doing business not as usual, but as unusual, to mitigate the effects of COVID-19. Let's match words to action as well as pray along with the actions we are taking. Character is very, very important, and for nation building, and this is the bane of Pan-African values. A change of mentality is sacrosanct to achieving our goals. Excellencies, at the African Union Commission, we are committed to supporting you and providing the technical assistance you require for effective strategies and implementation. Through our African Union Youth Sector response, we commit to reaching even more young people with opportunities and platforms throughout the pandemic and beyond. At this juncture, I would like to extend sincere and lasting gratitude to you all who answered our call today and your essential contributions to our common goals. I also wish to appreciate our partners in this virtual room today. Many of you started at 2 and you are still right here with us. For your continued support and collaboration, I urge you to intensify our collective efforts to stronger societies through empowering our youth through these days of crisis into a better and brighter future. Remember, Agenda 2063 speaks of an integrated, prosperous, and peaceful Africa, driven by its own competent and skilled citizens, able to play in the global arena. This can only be achieved if we, as stakeholders, do the right, put in the right infrastructures, the right human resources, and the right financing to make sure that we actually empower and capacitate the youth of Africa. Their voices are out there for us to listen to. Their cries and their frustrations are all over, and it is bent on us as leaders and stakeholders to make sure we respond to these cries for the Africa we want. Remember, Excellencies, commitment builds resilience, commitment builds and fosters vision and fast-track action. The ball is in our court, history is watching, posterity is watching. I thank you very much, and I wish you a very good evening and bon appetit for the dinner you are going to take. Obrigado, shukran, thank you, merci beaucoup. Director, I hand over to you.
Thank you, Commissioner, for this wonderful closing remark.